We'll start with a quick warm-up. So if you come to the front of your mat, set yourself up in Tadasana. Find yourself with your feet hip distance apart. Lift the toes, spread them. Think about squeezing the glutes, pressing through the ground, rolling those shoulders back and down, sucking that navel back in towards the spine, and lengthen through the crown of the head. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release everything from your shoulders, any tension that you're holding, and then inhale as you extend your arms up above your head. Exhale to release. We're just going to circle the arms round and back 5 times. And then when you've done 5 times backwards, we're going to go 5 times forwards. So just a different way of getting into our shoulders this morning. When you finish your 5th circle, inhale to lift and reach as tall as you can, and then exhale as you hinge at the knees, hinge at the hips, kind of softening the knees, coming down into your Uttanasana forward fold ragdoll variation. So bend at the knees, draw that tummy over the thighs, crown of the head towards the ground, hold opposite hand in opposite elbow, and just swing from side to side. Feel your glutes, your hamstrings, your lower back, feel the stretch in there. Get deep into there, start to loosen everything off and get everything mobilized. Take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhale, release the hands to the floor, and then slowly walk the feet all the way back to the back of the mat, coming into your down facing dog position. So spread the fingers, grip the mat with your hands, press your head through the arms, pull the shoulder blades apart, so make sure you've got a nice broad open back, and then just begin to pedal out through the feet, opening up those calves, those hips, those hamstrings, feet and the ankles too. Take a nice deep breath all the way in, find length in the spine, exhale, push those heels towards the floor, and then maybe just take a few pulses through the shoulders. And then start to walk the hands to the back of the mat, find your Uttanasana forward fold. From here, heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat, find your squat stance. Inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale as you come down into that garland pose. Just take a moment there to pulse it out in the bottom of the squat, and maybe take the left hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the right. Exhale, release, switch sides. Inhale to lift and twist with the left. Exhale, release. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips, come into your Uttanasana forward fold. Walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat and find your down facing dog position one last time. We're going to take right foot outside of right hand. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow tap to the floor. Replace the hands, step back to down facing dog, and repeat on the left side. So left foot comes outside of left hand, lizard lunge. Inhale to lift and twist. Exhale, elbow to the floor, tap, replace, step back to the back of the mat, and then walk the hands all the way back for another squat sequence. So coming back into that Uttanasana forward fold, heel toe your feet out to the edges of the mat again. Inhale as you come all the way up, extended Tadasana, palms together at the top. Exhale as you come down into that garland pose. Just take 5 little pulses, and then take the left hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the right up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Right hand to the floor. Inhale to lift and twist with the left up to the ceiling. Exhale, release. Heel toe the feet back underneath your hips, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold again. And then walk the hands all the way to the front of the mat. This time we're going to take a vinyasa. So exhale, low plank or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, press up to cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes and press back to down facing dog. You're going to step right foot outside of right hand, lizard lunge. Look up, take a nice deep breath in. And as you step back to down facing dog. Inhale, left foot, left hand, lizard lunge. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, down facing dog, and then walk the feet all the way in towards your hands, coming into your Uttanasana forward fold. If you want to take that ragdoll variation one more time, you can. And then when you're ready, inhale to come all the way up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands, and you should be feeling a little bit more warm and mobile. So I'm just going to turn this back on again because it's very kindly just turned itself off on me. Cool, so that's your timer. You should be able to hear that. So the first section of this class is strength and stability, and the first movement you are going to be doing today is alternate reverse high lunges. So you're going to come to the front of your mat, set yourself up, and you can either do this with your hands up or to the side. You can add weight if you really want to, and you can just take one step back, drop the knee, and then come forwards, take another step back, drop the knee. So you're alternating between legs. If you want to, you can cactus the arms as you step back and tap that knee as well to add a bit of shoulder activation. So you choose whichever level you want. Just take your time, take it steady, and really focus. If you want to make this harder, you can kind of focus on the tempo. You could almost pulse it if you wanted to. So 1, 2, 3, and then step forward, and then step back. 1, 2, 3. So really focus on that alignment and getting the correct movement. So I'm going to start the timer. And in 10 seconds, so set yourself up at the front of the mat in that Tadasana pose. And in 3, 2, 1, take a big step back, arms up. Exhale as you cactus the arms. Inhale to lift, step forwards. Exhale as you step back. Really good, guys. I'm just going to put you on gallery view so I can see. Amazing.
Halfway there.
You're over halfway. So just keep going. You've got this. If you want to add that tempo, if it's not hard enough, feel free.
10 seconds.
You've got 10 seconds to go. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. The next movement is a push-up to down facing dog. So we'll start in that down facing dog position. Option 1 is to simply come forwards into that high plank, drop the knees, press, chest to floor, and then press back to down facing dog. If you want to go the whole way, then simply come forward, press up, and push back. So just take it easy. Set yourself up in down facing dog.
Let's go.
And begin. So rolling forwards as you inhale, exhale for that press up, and then push back to down facing dog. So use your knees if you want to. That is always an option. If you want to make it harder, then you can add a tempo to that press up, so you can count all the way down to 3, and then press back up and push back to down facing dog. You're over halfway. Doing really well. With the press up, think about sending the elbows backwards rather than out to the side. Engage those scapular muscles, support your back and your shoulders. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. We're going to take a wide stance now on the mat, and we're going to come down into our Cossack squats. Try and keep low if you can, and shuffle from side to side. If you struggle to keep low, you can come up, come down, come up, come down. So it's yogi's choice. Set yourself up. You've got 5 seconds to go, or 3 seconds. And come down into that ninja or Cossack squat, keeping low. Shuffle from side to side. You might find actually for some of you the pressing up with that squatted leg is a bigger struggle than actually shuffling from side to side. So you've got those 2 options there. You're just coming up to halfway.
Halfway there.
And you're over halfway through this round. Really good, guys. Don't worry about getting too low. Think about keeping that chest nice and lifted.
10 seconds.
Try and keep the heel pressing into the floor. Sit back into your heels. And in 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, relax. The next one is a dolphin press. So you're going to come up into dolphin pose, clasp the hands together, thumbs on top. You're simply just going to press forwards, tap the nose to thumbs, press back. If you want to, you can tap the nose to the floor in front and press back. If you want to make it harder, walk the feet in and go all the way over. So the higher your hips are stacked. So setting yourself up in that dolphin pose position, pressing back and forth. The closer your feet are to your hands, or the narrower your gap, the harder this is going to be, because you are going to be in a more vertical position. Really think about engaging through the lateral muscles, pushing up through those shoulders,
Halfway there.
using your core to support you. Really good. Really good. You're over halfway. You've got 10 seconds
10
coming
seconds.
up. And then you are on to the last movement.
Rest.
So the final movement of the round is a pistol progression. So option 1, you can come into those single leg chair pulses. Option 2, you can try and take the pulse down, hold for 3, and then press back up and switch sides. Option 4, you can see if you can come all the way down and then lift back up and then switch sides that way. So engage those muscles. As you squat deep, sit over that heel. If you can make it all the way to the floor, amazing. And then help yourself back up. And the same on the other side, remember, and help yourself back up. So really take your time in lowering down, support the body, do it with control. Really good. You are over halfway. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock. And then you've got a whole minute's worth of rest. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Grab yourself a glass of water or a drink of water if you need to. That is your strength and stability round done. So the next movement, while you guys just catch your breath, we've got 45 seconds on the clock still, is a down dog float. So last week we did some shakiti hops where you're just hopping from side to side. A down dog float, you're going to come from the back of the mat, bend the knees, and then come into the float. So you can jump from side to side if you want, or you can just practice lifting and jumping to the front of the mat and back again with that down dog position. The higher you can jump, the longer you can hold. So set yourself up in that down facing dog. Bend the knees, look forwards, and then get ready to pounce. See if you can control it. So engage your core, really press the ground away with your arms. Slow down the landing of your feet so that it takes a little while longer and you feel a bit of hang time. Really good. So as you're jumping back and forth, this is also a cardio movement. So you are in your conditioning round. And this is the first movement of 5. Really good, girls.
10 seconds.
You have just coming up to 5 seconds left. So see if you can get 1 or 2 more reps in. And relax.
Rest.
The next movement we are going to do, you're going to come from that down facing dog into a hover position with the knees, so not on the floor with the knees. If this is enough for you, you can always stay here. You're just simply going to take opposite hand to opposite foot and find your toes or your shin, your knee, wherever you need to go. You can sit back and relax halfway if you need to. Just work it out. So, setting yourself up, coming from that down facing dog, bring the knees just above the floor, and then opposite hand to opposite foot, toe taps. Keeping those knees just off the floor. You should feel this probably in your quads and your hip flexors as well, as much as anything, and your arms. So keep going, you're just coming up to halfway. You're doing so well. Keep squeezing everything to keep those knees lifted. If you need to take a moment in child's pose, feel free. And you have 10 seconds on the clock remaining. So see if you can get 2 more taps each side. You've got this. Well done. Nice work.
Rest.
The next movement is a jumping lunge. So feel free again just to come back to that. Step forward, step back, or you can jump from one to the other. So feel free to pick the movement level of your choice and work through that. Adding the jump obviously increases the cardio. So set yourself up, you have 3 seconds to go. Find your lunge position, knee to floor, jump, swap sides, try not to lose your balance. Jump from one to the other. It is quite tough, so if you need to take a break halfway, catch your breath, reset. You can, you're just coming up to halfway now. Shake your legs out, reset, and then get back to it. So to make it steadier, take your feet stance wider, so jump slightly out to the side.
10 seconds.
That will steady your landing and your balance. And then we are moving back down to the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
So option 1, simple crunches. Coming into your sit-up position, tuck crunches all the way in. Option 2 is a V-sit. So you're going to alternate hand to toe, alternating V-sits. So pick the one of your choice. You could also do alternating crunches like so, if you wanted to. So you've got 3 different options there. You've got your tuck crunches, you've got your alternating elbow to knees, or you've got your alternating V-sits, if I can get my coordination right today. So engaging your core, you should really feel this in your core, but it should also be a bit cardio focused as well. With those V-sits, really try and lift shoulders off the floor as you reach up. Really good. You're over halfway. You have just coming up to 10 seconds left on the clock, and you've got one final movement of this round. And in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to start in a seated position and come into a pistol roll. So option 1, 2-foot pistol roll. So you're just simply going to roll and stand up, and then come down, roll, and stand up. If you want to come into the full pistol roll, you're going to extend one leg, press into the ground, stand up, come down, and switch legs. So set yourself up in that seated position. In 3, 2, 1. See how you go. If you need to use your hands to get up, then feel free. Try not to if you can though. Try and use the momentum, or even just find the catch and then stand up if you can. So that's the challenge. It should get you quite out of breath. You're just coming up to halfway, so see if you can get 1 more each side or 3 more rolls. You've got this. Really good. Really, really good. They're hard work. You have 10 seconds left on the clock, and then you have your final minutes rest before we go into the core burner round. 3, 2, 1, relax. Awesome, amazing job, girls. That's quite a fun one, but it's a really good stability one for engaging your core and your leg muscles at the same time. So you've got a whole minute's worth of rest now. The first movement of the next round is a real simple one. We do it nearly every week. You're coming into that down facing dog and simply coming into that tiger curl position. So with this one, really think about planching up through the shoulders, pressing the ground away and lifting that knee up high so that you can tap nose to knee and then step back. If you want to make it harder, you can hold for longer. If you want to make it easier, just bring the knee through a little bit lower and do more of a mountain climber. You have 10 seconds worth of rest, so feel free to grab a drink. And just 5 more movements left before we start to cool you back down. So set yourself up, down facing dog, and then you're coming through to that tiger curl, really pressing the ground away, lifting that knee and tucking it high up into the chest. Really think about pushing through the floor with your hands and pushing those shoulder blades apart, so you can see I hollow out my chest as I do it to create that space to give your knee enough room to get through. Really good. Really, really good, girls. It gets tough. It starts off easy and then it gets tough. So you've done so well.
Rest.
The next one is a kind of all over core movement. So you're coming from that bear position with your knees just hovered, and then we're going to come all the way up and over into that bridge as you press the ground away. So think about squeezing the glutes, using your back muscles, then coming back to that bear position with your knees hovered, and then swiveling over to the other side, squeezing the glutes and sucking the stomach up to lift away from the ground.
Let's go.
So you're just rotating side to side, lifting those hips up nice and high as you do this. So try and find almost a flat back tabletop position in the top of that bridge. And just keep methodically working through it. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Press the ground away through that arm as you come into that bridge. Really good. If you wanted to take it all the way into Wild Thing, you can.
10 seconds.
That's always an option. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. So we're back to the front core again. So you're coming into your tuck position. Option 1, toes on floor and just simply lift the knees or the feet off the floor. Option 3, take the toes off the floor, extend, tuck, tuck. Option 4 or 3, extend the legs and come into boat. Tuck, boat, tuck, boat. Keep that chest up high. Don't sink into your lower back. Think about really engaging your core, engaging your compression muscles. You've got this. You're coming up to halfway around about now. Any second?
Halfway there.
And then you've just got 2 more movements left. So really think about lifting up through that heart, keeping the torso nice and upright as you do this. Don't let that lower back drop out. Try and keep nice and upright. So it's a bit of a balanced one as well. You have just over 5 seconds left on the clock, and then we're flipping over.
Rest.
So coming onto your front, your option 1 is locust, lifting arms and legs, thighs and chest off the floor. Option 2, hand to foot, kick, half bow, opposite sides as you lift and hold for a count of 2 or 3, and then go back down. Option 3, both hands to both feet and kick into that full bow pose. Whichever option you prefer,
Let's go.
set yourself up, and then when you're ready, inhale to lift and kick, exhale to lower, inhale to lift and kick, hold for 3, 2, 1, exhale to lower. Really think about trying to engage the glutes, engage the back muscles to lift the body away from the floor.
Halfway there.
If you want to challenge yourself, see if you can hold that bow for the remaining time if you're in your bow position. Keep kicking back into those hands. Keep that chest lifted off the floor. Well done, Anna. Really good. Keep kicking. Kick, kick, kick. That's it. You have 3 seconds left. And relax. Well done, Anna. So your last one is a down dog into firefly. So option 1, you've got the simple firefly knee to outside of the elbow, alternating sides. If you want to make it harder, see if you can make it into a chaturanga as well. So knee to elbow, press, step back, come up, and press back to down facing dog. So whichever variation you want, go with that. So if you want to keep it simple, just tap that knee to the outside of your elbow or bicep. And then if you want to try and make it harder again, you've got that full chaturanga firefly variation going on. You're just coming up to halfway. You're doing so well. Really good. Just keep methodically working through
10
it.
seconds.
Well done, girls. You have just over 3 seconds left. And when you're ready, just sit back, relax, grab some water if you want to, and come into your child's pose position. Catch your breath. You've done really well, all of you. So just take 2 or 3 deep breaths in this extended child's pose position. And then we're going to come up onto our hands and knees, taking one foot outside of the right hand. Sorry, right foot outside of right hand, coming into that low lizard lunge. Just open up those hips. Take a nice deep breath in, send the heart forwards, take the eye gaze forwards. Feel that stretch in the groin, and then when you're ready, take right hand back to left foot, grab the foot, open up that quad, pulling the heel in towards your glute, pulsing it a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Step back to down facing dog, and we'll repeat on the other side. So left foot comes outside of left hand, drop that back knee to the floor, set yourself up, reach the heart forwards, maybe pulse a few times, feel that stretch in the groin and the hip flexor, and then taking left hand back to right foot this time, bringing that heel in towards the glute, pulsing a few times, and then hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, relax. Step back to your down facing dog, walk the feet all the way in towards the hands, coming into your Uttanasana ragdoll. Take a moment there to stretch out the lower back, the glutes, the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, just slowly come all the way down into a seated position and come down onto your backs. Bringing the knees in towards your chest, hug them with both arms, rock from side to side. And then you can take your toes to the floor, take the hands out wide, palms facing down. We're just simply going to drop the knees from side to side for a few window wipers to finish. Opening up the hips, releasing off the lower back. One more each side. And then just slowly bring the knees back in towards your chest, hug them with both arms, rock from side to side. And then whenever you're ready, make your way all the way up to seated. Take a nice deep breath all the way in as you lift the hands up above the head, palms together. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the forehead, kind thoughts, to the lips, kind words, to the heart, kind feelings. Namaste.